Social Club is the best.
Look for the stars, look for the roaming crowd, and I will not be there. Look for the roses, they love me, they did, and I'm still a misfit.
Come together like 100 different strands. That's right. Wanna make God laugh or just tell him your plans. Yeah. That's
right. My spine. I hope this is helping my spine.
Definitely not.
All this dropping we're doing. It's probably fixing me.
Yes, that's how that works.
Welcome to the Salty Spittoon. How tough are you? Bro,
welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. How can I?
Hi, welcome to Chili's. You are in my bubble. Look at you. Look, you're in my flag space. Now you're in my armpit.
How you doing?
Now you're using my mic. Here, y'all want to see outside?
You sounded like Luna.
I know, right?
That's a good impression.
Luna is my dog, by the way.
No, that's his kid.
Oh.
Child.
Okay, guys.
Stepping on children.
Welcome back
Whoa.
to the channel.
Whoa.
It's your boy.
Hello.
Justin here.
Whoa.
And my boy.
Chris.
Chris. And this is
Jootin'
Reacts
Remax
on Twitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kick.
Kick?
Yeah.
That's not a streaming service.
Kick. Yeah, it is.
Kick?
Kick.com?
Like K-I-K?
K-I-C-K.
That's a messaging thing.
K-I-C-K.
Oh, so they copied the messaging thing.
Yeah.
No, I remember the days of Kick.
Do you want to know my days of instant message? That's AIM. AIM. You ever heard of AIM?
No.
Yeah, you old. I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah, old fart.
It's crazy. What? 4 years? 3 years? 5 years? However older I am than you does.
Probably. Something like that.
Yep.
All right, guys. So today we're doing a different artist by the name of Andy Mineo.
That's not allowed.
I know, right? So this is an Italian rapper who is part of the 116 clique, which that involves like Lecrae, Tripoli, KB, and a couple other artists, Tadashi. You don't know who any of these people are, but that's okay. They're all great artists. I like all of them. But Andy Mineo is probably one of my favorite out of all of them. And he is obviously a Christian. And
what?
Yeah.
We don't listen to those.
I know. I'm changing my scope. So this is about 5 albums in, I believe, and he is going through some tough times.
Okay.
Yes, he struggles with a relationship with his dad, and his mother is the only thing he has. And his mother is sick at this time. So there's just a lot of things going on in his head, and this song is called Clarity. This is the official music video on YouTube, and we're going to check it out. But before we check it out, there's one thing I must ask of you. Please, if you think you are going to enjoy this, or if you are already enjoying this content, please give us a like, a comment, a subscription, and share it with a friend. And ring that bell so you know when we post.
Yes.
This is Chris, by the way.
Hello.
We already said that. But... Oh, and I'm Justin. Welcome to the channel.
Boo.
I am the flame of this channel.
Whatever you say.
I'm the editor.
You brought me in.
I am the poster.
You brought me in.
I am the face of
in.
this channel.
You brought me
and
in.
you are just a mere mic stealer. This is a crazy one, guys.
This is.
We've wasted some time. And this is a 4-minute, 50-second video.
From the sounds of it, you're going to make me cry.
Nah.
Nah?
So what do you think this song's about? Clarity.
Well, it sounds like you're going to make me cry from all that background. And he's going to be sad. But I'm assuming since he's a Christian, he's going to talk about how God has a plan for all of us. And how through Jesus and all the lessons he gave us that he gained some clarity. And yeah.
One other thing I want to say before we start this song is the album cover for this, and he talks about it in one of his songs, is a cloud with, it's like, just like a regular cloud with an arrow going halfway through it. So you can see half of the arrow down here and half of the arrow up here. And I'll kind of touch on that when we get to the end of this.
Okay.
it's a pretty cool little concept, and we'll talk about it.
You
so
make me cry.
no, you're not gonna cry. I
I'm gonna
promise.
be upset.
I promise. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Sometimes you can just be in a funk creatively or, as a person, and it's like there's a fog around you and you can't see out of it, but that's part of the journey. Patient. This beat done took its time, when so do I. Look, uninspired, under fire. Now somebody's getting fired, terrified, paralyzed. Twitter game, verified. Married life, verified. Understand, I'm on demand, undemand. Son of man, a son of Sam. Somewhere in between the two, been meaning to spend the evening, be with you. Oh, I know, I need it too. Do I believe? Believe I do. On my faith walk, took the scenic route. Get lost, I be aloof. Adidas on, still need a boost.
Okay, I have two things.
Okay.
One, cool opening shot.
Yes.
Two, you're correct. This man is Italian.
Yeah. I love him. I love Andy Mineo.
I mean, I feel like I might vibe with him a little bit more than NF, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because he's got that.
He's got the flow that I'm
tone
used to.
to him.
Yeah. And is he from the Northeast?
Yes, he is from. He believes. He lives in New York.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna definitely vibe.
Or at least he's from New York.
Yeah.
Dude, I love when he says, "I've been taking the scenic route."
Yeah.
Dude, that's so good.
I also like Son of Man or Son of Sam, somewhere in between.
Yes.
That one's really cool too.
Yeah.
Because
do you want to hold the lyrics and kind of follow?
I saw him down there. I'm trying to like the video too because I think it's cool.
I will say it's a simple video, so it's not
Okay.
like an NF video where you gotta pay attention to a lot of stuff. There's one little Easter egg in this, and it's pretty obvious.
And is it necessary for me since I'm one take Jake in this?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like an Easter egg like NF type thing, but it
Yeah.
is cool to see, and we're actually about to see it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this, and
Okay.
then what does this shirt say? Hebrew Orphan Asylum?
Maybe.
Maybe.
It looks like it.
That's the only HEBR that I know, Hebrew. But I would assume orphan, and then we'll see it.
The scenic route, get lost, I be aloof, Adidas on, still need a boost. What was the eating fruit? I'll ask him when I see him. Daily bread, that's per diem, but I'm fasting like a beam, riding past you in the PM, and a stolen car that's fleeing from the scene of a crime. Apollo Creed in his prime, Rocky verses. I'm a person that's trying to believe I'm worth it. I'm working through it, but work is well worth it. It's hella churches, still hell is working fine. What's that tell us? Fellas hurting, it's like melanin or crime. That's the elephant we hide. Truthfully, we probably lied. Rather have a tribe than unity, so you and me divide. I'm hellish and divine. I'm trellis and divine. I'm telling me I'm fine. I know better.
Dude,
Yeah.
I vibe with this.
Yeah.
Okay, so, where he says, "What's that? Tell us, fellas hurting. It's like melanin or crime. That's the elephant we hide. Truthfully, we probably lied. Rather have a tribe than unity. So you and me divide. I'm hellish and divine. I'm trellis and divine. I'm telling me I'm fine. I know.
Do you know what? Do you know
better.
what trellis and the vine is?
No, I don't know that.
That's actually from the Bible. I can't remember exactly where it's from, but it's about we are the vine and God is the trellis, or some. Wait. Oh yeah.
Oh, a trellis, like what?
Yes,
what
like what
vines
it grows
grow on.
on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's great wordplay then too.
Yeah.
Because it's not supposed to be divine there. Then it's supposed to be the vine or da vine instead of divine. Because I'm the trellis and the vine.
And divine. Yeah.
But no, I like that one bar. Rather have a tribe than unity, so you and me divide. Like that's in that core of all those problems. Is that's politically what's been happening. Is the more we divide, the more you know. What do they say? A house divided will never conquer, or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to do. I like the Rocky thing.
Yes.
Rocky versus I'm a person that's trying to believe I'm worth it. And like that being from the city where Rocky's at, where we actually value a statue of a fake person than actual sports people from our
Yeah.
That's the Rocky.
So
Rocky. I was gonna say Creed, but that's a different person.
in that movie.
Yeah, I mean that's playing off of Rocky, but that's the Rocky like journey is a person who feels worthless, who has a skill that he needs to work on and achieve great heights, but he has to take up his cross and figure out the hard way of getting there.
So I don't like to. I try my best not to cuss. But he's a Christian, but he's struggling with cussing. And he's talked about it before, and he has actually used a cuss word in this song and one other song that I can think of. Now, he said...
Did I miss it?
I'm quoting, and I don't know if you consider this a cuss word.
Okay.
But he said, hella churches, still hella's working fine. And I would consider hella more than hell a curse word, because it's made by humans. It's not a biblical word.
Okay.
But I still like the way he said that. You know, there's tons of churches, but hell is still working fine the way it was designed. And he's like the world is coming to this point where we're not making any progress.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like that part.
I mean, not even again going back to bringing up our Bible study a lot. We were talking about who are the Pharisees. In the world,
most of the pastors.
Well, a lot of people who and essentially what we came up with as a group was that it's those who find themselves so righteous that they let pride go and they elevate themselves among God's children.
Yeah.
And then allow themselves to be basically God in the human form again, which isn't a biblical thing. And that's like even going through like what he's saying with what was the eating fruit? I'll ask him when I see him. Daily bread, that's per diem.
You know what per diem is?
I know what per diem is. But
or per diem.
Per diem.
Sorry, daily bread. I don't know why I said that.
Okay,
you know what daily bread is?
Well, yeah.
What?
I mean, that's... Wait, daily bread.
So daily bread is actually a book.
Okay.
It's like something that you read every day before you start your day, and it quotes the Bible, and then it gives a little like a little teaching about it.
Yeah.
About it. So, and then he said that's per diem. Or is that what he said?
No, he said per diem.
Oh, per diem.
At least if these lyrics are right, but they also put divine where it's literally him just saying duh instead of the.
Yeah.
But if it was per diem, I would understand it completely, because per diem is crazy. You get paid daily to work somewhere. Right?
To go further than you're supposed to.
Yeah. So that would be a cool thing if he meant per diem, or if it was per diem in a New York accent, which would also make sense. But no, just in what's that, the first verse or
it's the first verse.
First verse, that's deep, and
it's a lot.
Yeah, and just a lot. So let's keep going before we run out of daylight.
Yeah.
Boop.
In a crime, that's the elephant we hide. Truthfully, we probably lied. Rather have a tribe than unity, so you and me divide. I'm hellish and divine. I'm trellis and divine. I'm telling me I'm fine. I'm fine. I know better. All I want is clarity. 'Cause all of my heroes are frauds, just like me. Just like me. So let every man be a liar. Let only God be true. And all of your heroes are frauds, just like you. I can't see through that smoke in there. That's the smoke in there. That's that smoke in there. Oh, that smoke in there.
The value of doubt is to keep you open to God's revelations. If you don't doubt, you don't change. If you have to have finite answers to infinite questions, you're not going to move.
Yeah, build my life on this. Half my dog life unlearning. Lies that I heard in a dumb sermon. What I unearthed got me uncertain. More knowledge and more sorrow. Worrying that never fix tomorrow. Just take away all my strength today. It was black and white, but now paper's gray. Maybe that cloud that I've been stuck in. I constructed, I conducted. Orchestra a noise, I don't hear your voice. I done made the choice. My consumption of TV, tablet, tweeting, twerking, gramming, gaming, rapping, working, fashion, working. Can't tell if my mind I just made it. My faith I misplaced it. My pain I upgraded. Lost my happy part, then I got jaded. Focus in my direction, in details and perfection. All my faith in white Jesus and my leaders. They weren't who I thought all these years. They weren't even worth of your tears. The opposite of faith ain't doubt. Yeah, it's when I get it all figured out. Some days you're getting on my trust. Some days I can feel so empty. Some days I feel like you love me. Some days I feel like you left me.
Oh my god.
Gosh, dude.
There's so much. Oh, I
have like
freaking love
10
it.
things I want to talk about.
Yeah, dude. We might have to make this like a 40-minute.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
I would. I would.
No, but like lies that I heard in a dumb sermon, I like, because that's again talking to what we're talking about. Who are the Pharisees? Like it's again that pride.
Well, before you get too far, he grew up Catholic. Yeah.
I really like this guy. Yeah, and that's kind of the epitome sometimes of Pharisees, like priests who don't take their calling seriously, and they'll take the fact that they have dedicated their lives to Jesus in the priesthood, that it's very easy to become a Pharisee. Yeah. In that sense, from the actual biblical context. Yeah. Because that's essentially who it was, is Pharisees and stuff, and we're just high priests of the Jewish culture of the time. Yeah. So that's just interesting. So that makes sense that he's saying that.
Real quick, what did you think about what the woman was saying? A mind of doubt is to keep you open to God's revelations. When you don't doubt, you don't change. If you have to have finite answers to infinite questions, you're not going to move.
That's, I love that. And that's also, again, why I love our Bible study. Because it's literally good faith conversations happening. And I've even talked to the youth pastor at my church about this, because he wants to, tell the kids in our youth group to be okay with asking questions. Yeah. And not just have blind faith, because when you have just blind faith and you're giving an opposite answer, sometimes it's easy to just blindly agree with that, or just follow that just because it makes a little bit of rational sense. Yes. When there might be an answer that includes both, and you have to discern the truth. And when you can't discern the truth by not having that muscle of questioning and finding the answer, then you can get lost real quick. It's like the idea of wolves in sheep's clothing. Yeah. And stuff like that. So I agree with that. That's what I base my faith off of, is having doubt and reasonable doubt, and then finding reasonable faith through it. Yeah. And to understand that there is no proof. Yep. We can't be 100% certain of anything in this life.
I mean, doubt leads to growth.
Yes. And if handled properly. Yeah. But if we ignore it and we let doubt grow, that's what leads to deconstruction and all this unfortunate things.
Growth can necessarily not be a good thing too. You can grow hateful and disbelief. Yeah.
Going back to NF, that's planting the seeds. Seeds of and not dealing with your emotions. Yeah. Okay, so let's go through this before we end up on an hour-long rant here.
Yeah, podcast.
Yes, it might end up a podcast on just this. I really like this guy. I'm going to listen to him more. Nice. I feel bad. Jesse, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You were right. You were right. Jesse, watch this. I'm going to send it to him. Yes. But more knowledge and more sorrow, worrying that I never fix tomorrow. Just take away all my strength today. I'm just reading it now.
Orchestras of noise. I don't hate your voice. Yeah. I done made a choice. Mike Assumption. A TV cabinet. Tweeting, twerking, grand man, gaming, rapping, working, fashion, working.
And that's cool, because those are back to back, which is going off of, he's judging society at the second, but he also is judging himself at the first. So he's taking the log out of his eye before he goes pointing at the speck in his brothers, which is really cool. And my faith or my mind or just made it, my faith or misplaced it, my pain or upgraded, like all that is just so deep to talking about growing in the faith.
Lost my happy thoughts, then I got jaded.
Yeah, that one specifically, especially as a Northeastern, like that's so common. To have one thing go bad, and then this whole swath of people that might have been represented by this one bad egg is now horrible and like jaded and you're jaded towards it. And then focus in my direction, in details and perfection.
all my faith in white Jesus, which is a Catholic thing.
Yes, white Jesus. He looks like me. He had blue eyes.
Yes.
And he had
blonde hair.
No, not blonde hair. He had brown hair.
Yes.
But he didn't. He ignore. Jesus had bronze skin.
Yeah.
And like nappy hair.
It's not like he was from the Middle East or anything.
Yeah, and it's like he looked Israeli. Like Israelis and Italians, they're tan.
Yeah.
So it's like he's Palestinian, but still they have that lighter tan skin, which I would call bronze.
Yeah.
And so it's like that's another thing, and that's where idolatry is a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
But the opposite of faith ain't doubt.
Some days I feel like you love me, and some days I feel like you left me.
Yeah. And it's like that goes back to the undulation aspect of life.
But then again, he said, some days I'm giving you my trust, and some days I feel so empty. So it's like the same days that I feel like you love me is the days I'm giving you my trust. And then the days that I feel like you've left me is the day that I'm doubting.
Yeah. And that's a part of the undulations.
Yeah.
And
but the thing is, God has never left you. It's you who's left.
And that's what you have to realize to get back to the good place.
Yeah.
And that's the cool part. And but just the opposite of faith ain't doubt is what we're talking about.
Yes.
And that's what I really loved and took as soon as he said it.
Yes.
Because that's important.
That's when I get it all figured out. That's what he's saying. Like, I've figured this out. I can doubt, but that's not the loss of faith.
Yeah. That's actually the growth of faith. And,
yeah.
And I like the idea of being, you don't want to be a gardener and a warrior, you want to be a warrior in a garden.
Yeah.
And like that's a call from God too. Jesus asks us to take up our cross, become warriors of the faith,
mm-hmm.
and to grab your sword and or he says, I'm not here to save you, I'm here to provide a sword, or something like that in the Sermon on the Mount.
Okay.
And I'm paraphrasing, but
yeah.
he says it like that. He says I'm not here to be like the answer. No, that's wrong. I don't know. He says I provide a sword though in the end of it, and that's the idea of being a warrior for your faith.
Yeah.
And just doubts and finding answers is properly arming yourself to be a warrior of the faith.
The word is the sword.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Okay. This is going to be a long one.
Yeah.
Okay. But we got it.
We got 5 minutes.
Okay.
We can do it.
I don't know if we can do that.
We can do
Some
it.
days I can feel so empty. Some days I feel like you love me. Some days I feel like you left me.
The second I'm furious with God, I'm totally close. Because you cannot be furious with somebody who's not there.
All I want is clarity, clarity. 'Cause all of my heroes are frauds, just like me, just like me. So let every man be a liar. Let only God be true. And all of your heroes are frauds, just like you. I can't see through that smoke in there. That's the smoke in there. That smoke in there. All that smoke in there. Throw that smoke in there. That's the smoke in there. That's that smoke in there. All that smoke in there.
I want God to wrap me in the everlasting wings and say, there, it's all right. And that cosmic affirmation of yes, I know it's terrible. I know it hurts. But be patient. It's going to work out. I'm not going to lose. I'm going to win. It's all right. And that's the basic affirmation that I think only true doubters can come to.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so true, and I'm going to try and say this quick so we can finish up on it. But I wrote today to my worship pastor that I had coffee with this morning. He wrote I wrote a little poem, very bad one, but a little poem with a little writing in the middle, and we share our writings back and forth, and he said he really liked the last stanza that I wrote. Mm-hmm. And I said, and it was essentially just describing God and Jesus and the sacrifice.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sometimes when I'm having a hard time about it, which I was when I wrote this, God just waves his hand in front of my face and goes, "Hey, dummy, I'm here."
Yeah. Yep.
And that's what it is there's doubt in those moments, but at the end, that's the basic affirmation.
Yep.
that true doubters is important there.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's people who say, "Oh, I question," and it's like, I get it, and I'm happy that you're trying, but if you haven't had to go through true struggles, then that's where I don't think you're able to go as deep. And I'm not saying that as a legalistic point of view. I'm saying that as an individual aspect of a relationship, at least from my experience.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying they're different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Yes.
It's okay if we go over a little bit, but I do have to say, so remember I was talking about the cloud and the arrow.
Yes.
And if you want to check out more music, we can.
Yes.
So,
but I also want to listen to it more.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's fine. If you want to maybe pick out some, like maybe go through his highest rated,
yeah.
or give me a list of songs that you think are interesting, and I'll tell you which ones would be best to react to. Then we can do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
But in one of his songs, he talks about the cloud and the arrow, and he's like, I had this idea where, we were flying. I was flying in a plane, and we start hitting this horrible like storm front, and I was just like, God, what is going on here? Like, I feel like we're about to die. And then they got above the clouds, and it's like he almost forgot that there was a sun.
Yeah.
And it took him to get above all that mess to realize that there is hope above all the mess. And he feels like he's the arrow. He's in the middle of the clouds right now.
Yeah.
And he's just got to make it a little bit further.
Yeah.
To get through that clarity. He's got to find that clarity through all the junk.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
I like that.
Yeah, me too. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely I would like to check out a little more Andy Mineo if you're down.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's on the same level as NF, I'd say. Not as depressing,
Well,
but he has a way of words.
NF has a weird depth, and this guy kind of speaks Northeastern, so
Yeah.
I can feel that. NF is kind of, I don't want to call him poppy, but he kind of is more on that spectrum.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy's more like an underground.
Andy Mineo has poppy songs too.
I'm sure.
Like,
I'm sure.
This was one of his more deeper songs.
So maybe that's it. Just my lack of experience with him. But yeah. Okay.
Okay, guys. So that was Clarity. Quick, give us a really quick freaking rating.
9.5.
9.5. Okay,
9.5.
that's his rating.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying this content, please let us know by giving us a like, a comment, a subscription, and share it with a friend. And ring that bell. And we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.